Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I have a little bit of a different video for you guys today. I am going to be doing a makeup products for pale skin video. So I actually filmed this video a couple days ago and I lost my intro. So I'm gonna redo my intro. And then in the video where I explain like what products I like, it's gonna be me from a couple days ago. So if I look different, that's why. These products are basically my holy grail products. I absolutely freaking adore them. When I first got into makeup, I found that it was really difficult to find makeup products, just any kind of makeup products that worked for my skin, because my skin is very pale. I'm sorry, there's a bug and I had to smack it. My skin is very pale, so it's kind of hard, I feel like, when you have very pale skin or when you have very dark skin, because you're like at the two opposite sides of the spectrum of like skin complexions. So when you have very pale skin, it's really difficult to find things that will highlight for you, things that are light enough to contour for you, things that are like the right tone for contouring. There's a fly, I'm sorry. And I feel like people who have very dark complexions have kind of the opposite problem that I have, so it's probably hard for them to find things that are dark enough for them, you know, like as far as like highlighting goes, or contouring products that are dark for them. I just want to tell you guys about some products that really work for me, because I've tried out a ton of makeup. I think that whatever complexion you have, it's absolutely beautiful. If you guys have tan skin, dark skin, medium skin, whatever you have, it's absolutely stunning, and there are ways to use makeup products to absolutely enhance your skin tone. And when I was growing up, it was really hard for me to, I guess, like my skin tone. That might sound silly, but my mom was constantly tanning. Like, she was constantly at a tanning salon or outside just like baking herself. And if you guys go tanning, that's fine, but it's not exactly good for your skin. My mom was always like telling me like, oh, you look pale, you should go out, get a tan, go to a tanning salon with me. And those things aren't really great for your skin, and it just really was kind of hard for me growing up to really just accept that I like being pale. It was just really hard growing up to accept my skin tone, because a lot of the time, like, I don't know, nobody really told me that it was pretty. Like, a lot of people were just like, oh, you should get a tan, you should get a tan, you should get a tan, oh, you look pale, are you sick? And this is just the way my skin is. This is just the color of it. So if you guys have whatever skin tone, it's beautiful, it's absolutely stunning, and there are so many ways to emphasize your skin tone, whether it's freaking medium skin tone, dark skin tone, whatever you have. Like, just rock that shit. Rock your you. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Let's just get on into the products that I absolutely love, that work for my pale ass. Okay? Okay. First category I have to show you guys is foundation, and I both love these foundations because I love the formula, and I also think that the lightest shade is quite light. So I'll just start with this one. This is the Revlon Color Stay. This is in Ivory. This has awesome coverage. I have the matte one and it's quite matte, and then the lightest shade is Ivory, and I would say it's like a neutral, I just hit my chin with it. I'd say it's like a neutral light shade. It's not too pink, it's not too yellow, it's just quite neutral, and I really enjoy this foundation, and it's very light, so that works well for me. The second shade is Buff, and Buff is a little bit darker than Ivory, and it has like a yellow to olivey undertone. So if you guys are like, you know, really yellow toned and you're a little bit darker than I am, I would pick that one up. But yeah, the Revlon Color Stay is just bomb. I freaking love that foundation. And then next up I have the L'Oreal True Match. So this is the L'Oreal True Match in W1. This is like my exact skin tone shade. Like, this is my shit. I love this thing. I found that I can use really like warm foundations like this, or I can use kind of neutrally toned foundations. So I'm starting to think that my undertone is like warm to neutral. Pink stuff looks batshit crazy on me, so I cannot wear like pinky toned foundations. I just look like, I don't know, I just look very pink. Which makes sense because it's a pinky toned foundation. This is like a satin finish. It has really, I mean, it has pretty good coverage. I would say that you can get this to full if you build it up, and it's just an awesome foundation, and it's really light. They also have neutral tone foundation and a cool tone foundation, so if you guys aren't warm, look into those, and I'm sure they're probably as light as this. I don't really know, I've never really looked at them, but yeah, this is awesome. I love this, and it comes very light. And then I have these two. So these are the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This is the matte poreless, and this is the dewy smooth. So first I had this. This is actually the dewy smooth version. Like, okay, if you guys are familiar with this foundation, there was first just the Maybelline Fit Me, and then they made a matte poreless one. So now this is called like the dewy smooth version of the Maybelline Fit Me, and this one's just the matte poreless one. And these are very, very light. I would say you can get like a medium coverage out of them. They don't have like the best coverage, but the matte poreless one just feels really light on the skin, and it gives you a nice matte finish. And then the dewy one feels really light on the skin, and it gives you a dewy finish. So these are just really nice. What I've heard though is that the new dewy smooth one, so I have the old one, I've had this foundation for like 2 years. I heard that the new dewy smooth one is darker now, which is weird that they would do that. The matte poreless one is the same exact shade as the old dewy smooth version. Yeah, they're like the same color. That's just what I heard. I haven't like compared them, you know, in the store, but I heard that the new dewy smooth one is darker than the old dewy smooth one. If you guys are catching my drift, I feel like it's kind of confusing. But yeah, so these are just really light, and I like the coverage of them and like the finish and the feel. And then I'm going to show you guys, do I have water on me? I'm wearing like the shortest short shorts, and I'm not going to show you guys. But yeah, so next up I want to show you guys powder. So I have quite a few powders to show you. Yeah, okay, so first up, this is a powder foundation. This is the Laura Geller Balance and Brighten. This is in porcelain, and it is very, very light, and I love it for that. And I'm hitting some massive pan. This is just an overall awesome foundation. Like, if you have tan skin, if you have medium tone skin, if you have dark skin, I don't know, this is just awesome. The porcelain shade is very, very light, so I love that, because before they only had the fair, medium, and tan version of this powder, and then she made, I guess whoever Laura Geller is, she made a light version, which is fantastic, because the fair one, is it called light? No, it's called fair, medium, and then tan. So the fair one was a little bit too dark for me. Porcelain one is just, girl, can you stay up? This porcelain one is just ideal for us pale. This porcelain one is just ideal for really pale girls. It's a really, really light color, and I loves it. And then I have this. So this is the Physicians Formula Mineral Wear Talc Free Mineral Correcting Powder. Why does Physicians Formula have like the longest name? So what I use this for is highlighting underneath my eyes, and I also use this for highlighting underneath my eyes. So this is the Manic Panic Extra White Virgin Press Powder. This is just a white powder. It is straight up white. And then this one is just a very, very, very light. Oh, I'm like digging my nail in it. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so this one is just a very, 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 I don't care about the mirror, okay? Just pretend it's not there. This one's just a very, very light powder. So yeah, if you want a really intense under eye, forehead, chin highlight, get you some of this, because it's white, y'all. Like, this is a white, and it's a pigmented white. It's not like a translucent white powder. So if you want an intense, you know, highlight, pick up this. If you want a more softer highlight, then pick up this, because this is still really light, but it's not like stark white like the Manic Panic one is. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's really light. It's just not like, it's not white. So if you guys think this one will be a little much for you, I would definitely pick up this one, because it still gives that highlighted effect. And then last but not least, if y'all watch my videos, any of my videos, then you guys know what this product is. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Ethereal Light. This is my jam. I love this thing for setting my face. So I just absolutely adore this thing. I love the finish that this gives me on my skin. I love how like it gives me like a kind of glowy but matte look, and it makes me poreless, and it's just a very light white color. I love it. I think that some people may not like this though, because, well, I've heard quite a few people say that they don't like these because they don't really see like an effect on their face. I do see an effect, like I notice one and I like it, but I feel like the effect is kind of subtle. This is a rather expensive product. This is like $50. I just love the finish of it. Then what else do we have? So let's do concealers. I feel like when you're a pale girl, one of the most annoying things on the planet is concealer, because nothing will highlight on you. Like, It's one of my biggest pet peeves when I buy concealer and then they are like my skin tone color, because all of the lightest shades pretty much are usually my skin tone color. But I have found a couple that I think really work for me. So, okay. First I'm going to show you guys this one because this is the one that I use for my pimples. This is still quite light. I think that maybe you could use this underneath your eyes. I wouldn't use this underneath my eyes because it's a little bit thick, but it's a really light color and I love it for my pimples and has really nice coverage. And then, oh, this one I don't use underneath my eyes either, but I like to carve out my brows with this. You could use this underneath your eyes though. It's really quite light. I need to sharpen it. Look at that. A little tiny nubbin. It's really quite light and this is in CIA and it's like a yellowy toned light color and I loves it. And then these three are, so this one is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer and this is in, what is it again? What are you in? Okay, so this is in Fair Neutral. It says really nice coverage. It feels light underneath your eyes. I like the packaging, so it's just like, it's my favorite when it comes to highlighting. I love when they're like in this little lip gloss concealer packaging. And it snaps, y'all. I like that too. But yeah, this is really quite nice and it's quite pale. And then this one is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Chantilly. This is the lightest concealer I've been able to find. So I'm going to show you guys all of these swatched like next to each other so you can see like the lightness of them. How light they are, I guess, compared to each other. And I kind of want to do a whole video on all of my concealers because something that I've had trouble with, or one of the biggest things I've had trouble with like having pale skin, is finding highlight colors and finding contour colors. Especially highlight colors though, because everything is my skin tone shade. Like, it's really hard to find something that's paler than my skin tone. I do like a whole overview on all of my concealers, so if you guys want to see that, then let me know down below. I think I said that in like a past video, but then I forgot because I want to do like a lot of research in that video and like, you know, wear each of them on each different day and like write down how thick they feel, the coverage and all that. I like to do that when I do overviews. But yeah, so if you guys want to see that, let me know down below. But this is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer and this is one of the only concealers that I've been able to find that is actually lighter than my skin tone. So I love that about it. It feels nice and like, you know, light on the skin. It doesn't feel quite as light as this one does, but it still feels nice and light in my opinion. And then the coverage on this is awesome. So I love this concealer for highlighting. And then the last concealer I have is this. This is the Maybelline Master Conceal in 10 Fair. And this is just a really nice light concealer. If you guys are on a budget, this is drugstore. And I like this underneath my eyes. It doesn't quite blend out as well as these two do, but it's really nice. It's kind of dry, but it's still a nice concealer. I think it would be nice for pimples. It also works underneath the eyes, and it's just really light and has, I would say it's like medium, but you can build it up to full coverage. So I really do like this. The last concealer I want to show you guys is this. This is the NYX HD Concealer in Lavender. This is like the only thing that will give me a highlight under there. You know how like people with like, I don't know, medium to darker complexions use like pink concealers or yellow concealers or whatever? Those are all usually too dark for me. If you have very, very, very pale skin, I would highly recommend looking into a lavender concealer. And the only one that I really know that's on the market is the e.l.f. one. I don't like that as much as this one. But this is the NYX HD Concealer and this is in lavender and this is just the tits. Okay, it's so nice. It's very, very light. The e.l.f. one is actually lighter. I have the e.l.f. one, but I don't like it as much because it doesn't have as much coverage. But it's a little bit lighter, but I like this one better. So yeah, this doesn't have a ton of coverage. Like the e.l.f. one has light coverage. I'm basically also mentioning the e.l.f. one, but that has light coverage and this has like medium coverage. So I do really like this concealer. I've tried the ones in like skin tone shades. Those are nice too, but this one is just so good. I love this one. So if you guys are really pale, I highly recommend picking this up. If you want like a really intense under eye highlight, then I would get these two because this is like my dream team when it comes to like Kim K highlighting on my pale skin. So yeah, I love all those concealers. And then what else do we have here? Okay, I guess I'll do bronzer. Next up I'm going to show you guys my bronzer and my contour products that I really like. So I'll start with bronzer. For bronzing, I really like Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powders. I know these are expensive, you guys, but I really like these. And I know that these aren't necessarily for everyone because I've heard a few people say like these didn't work for them, but I really like them, so I'm gonna recommend them. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette, and this is 3 shades. So this is Dim Light, Incandescent Light, and Radiant Light. This is a pretty subtle highlight. I've seen some girls set their under eyes with this. I don't really use that shade a lot, but I like to bronze up my face with these two. I just mix them together and I like to bronze up my face with it, and it gives you like a, I don't know, like just a nice bronze, and it's not like intense, but it still looks natural and kind of glowy, and it's not like too orangey or anything, which is something that I have a problem with quite a few bronzers, and these don't do that. I don't really know how to describe the color it comes out, but I'm going to show you guys close-up swatches. And then the next bronzer that I love is this. So this is like this, and these are, well, aside from that middle shade's not supposed to be an all-over face powder, but this is supposed to be an all-over face powder for someone with like a darker skin tone. I've heard some people say like they use these as highlights. I think that would be like the worst highlight ever. I use these Hourglass Ambient Lighting powders as all-over face powders, or like this one I use as a bronzer, and then the two that I have in here I use as a bronzer. So you can use them for multiple different things, but if you have like a darker skin tone, you could use this as an all-over face powder. I like to use this as a bronzer though. It's just a really pretty like peachy, pinky, rosy kind of bronzy color. It looks really nice on my skin tone, so I think if you guys have pale skin, this would be a nice bronzer for you. And on to sculpting products. For liquid contouring, I like these two products. This is the this is the Becca Low Light Sculpting Perfector, and it's just like this color, which you would expect would be like kind of horrifying for pale skin, because it's kind of like, I don't know, what would you call this? It looks hella dark. But it's like it's just, when like I first opened this product, I was like, oh, that looks a little scary, but it blends out so well. So if you guys have pale skin, like you can put down quite a bit and it's not gonna like look crazy on you, just because it blends out really well. And I blend it out with you could use the e.l.f. small stipple brush, or I use the MAC 130 brush. I think that's it. It's a really tiny like stippling brush. That's what I like to use this with. I like to blend it out with that, and then I apply it with a DVA beauty brush, but I can't remember what the name of it, but I'll have it on the screen. So yeah, this is just really nice because of how well it blends out and how like thin the product does. It's also pigmented, but it blends out so well, so it works really well for pale skin, I think. And then this is the Milani Brown Eye Highlighter in Taupe and Vanilla, and I love this taupe side for contouring because it's just a very like gray toned like color. This is a very taupe color. I have quite a few like liquid contouring products that I've tried, and this is just the most taupey color. So there are quite a few products that like people use on YouTube, and I have them in my drawer. Let me just show you like what I don't like for my skin, so you guys can steer away from buying those because they're mentioned on YouTube quite a bit. Okay, so these are two products that I picked up before I picked this one up because I heard them mentioned on YouTube, and just hit me in the nose. This one is really awesome in like gray tone, and then this right here is the L'Oreal True Match in N678. This is so freaking orange. Don't pick this up. And then this is the NYX Wonder Stick, and I don't think this is particularly orange, but it's kind of red and it like blends out really weird. So if you guys are looking for liquid contouring products, I would not pick up these two. I think this is a really nice drugstore liquid contouring product, so I would look into that one instead of those, because I'm just mentioning these because these are brought up on YouTube quite a bit, I feel like. And for powder contouring, I have a couple things to show you guys. My all-time favorite powder contour product is this, and this is the NARS Blush and Contour Duo in Olympia. I just really like this. I don't really do anything with this highlighter shade just because this is my skin tone color, but this right here, I just think this is a really nice contour shade for pale skin, so I have it on right now. Look at that highlight, that look crazy. But yeah, I really like it. I think it doesn't look like too harsh. I just think this is a really nice color. It's kind of like a weird color. I think most people would think that this wouldn't work for their skin, and I think if you have a pink undertone, I don't necessarily know if this is going to work for you, but it works really well for me because I have like a little bit of warmth in my undertone, so I think that's why it works really well for me. If you guys have a pink undertone, I would look into this. This is the NYX HD Blush in Taupe. This is just a very cool toned taupey shade, and I think it would work really well. I mean, I still like this, but when I have like these taupey powder shades, for some reason when I use these taupey powder shades, they look a little bit dirty on me, and I think that's because my complexion does have, you know, like a warm undertone for the most part. And then another bronzer that I think works really well is this. Is the Bourjois, oh my god, bronzing plus highlighter palette, I guess. It's like the chocolate bar one. It smells really good. It smells so good. But yeah, this is a really nice contour shade for me at least. And when I first looked at this, I was like, oh hell no, that's not gonna work. But it actually does work quite well. And then last but not least is Hoola. So Hoola is just a really, really nice contour color for lots of skin tones because it's like that neutral brown. Like, it's not too warm, it's not too cool, but it's just a really nice contouring shade, and it's really nice for pale skin because of how incredibly light it is. So I liked it. I'm getting all these Facebook notifications. Let me just look at them real quick. Hold on. Excuse me. I have a ton of blush to show you guys. Yeah. This is quite a bit of blush. I love blush. And I think that these shades, like, there are more, like, if you are pale and you want to wear like a deep dark blush shade or like a tan blush shade, like, you can wear whatever you want. Just use like a light hand for most things, or you might look like Marie Antoinette. But I mean, you can wear whatever you want if you're pale on your cheeks. Just usually you have to have like a light hand. These shades are things that I don't necessarily like need to have a light hand with. They're things that I think look really nice on my pale skin. So I really, really like cool toned pinky blushes for my pale skin, and then I also like really light slash pastel-y colors and like light peach colors on my skin tone. So I'm just going to show you guys a couple of colors that I think work really well for me. So first I'm going to show you guys these two Kardashian blushes. These are really, really quite nice, and I never hear anyone on YouTube talk about these. Like, and they're really nice colors too. Like, they're weird, you know? Like, this one is in Sunlit, and these are called the Kardashian Beauty Radiant Ombre Blush. So yeah, they have these at Ulta if you guys are wondering where to get these. But like, look at that. That is like a pastel orange. It's so weird. I love it. And they're not like the softest blushes in the world, but they're quite pigmented and they go on really nicely. So yeah, I mean, I really like these, and I really like this color. It looks really nice on my skin. It's just a really nice like pastel orange color. And then this one is Tender, and it's just a very, very light cool tone pink color. So yeah, I don't know if you can even see that, but I'll have swatches. So these are really nice. I like them. They're like pigmented, but not like crazy pigmented, and they're just nice blushes. And then I have, ooh, don't fall, I have two MAC blushes to show you guys. So this one is Well Dressed. This is like my holy grail blush. I love this blush. If I was on a desert island and I had to pick one blush, I would pick MAC's Well Dressed. It's just a nice, light, cool toned pinky color. It looks so nice on the cheeks. It just looks really nice and natural on the cheeks. It has a satin finish, so it looks a little bit glowy, but it's just really nice and natural on my skin tone. And then I have Full of Joy. So this is a straight up lavender blush. I feel like I talk about this one a lot lately, but I just love this thing. It's a lavender blush, and I feel like lots of people will be like, what? But I just think this looks so ethereal on my cheeks, and I think it would look like so pretty and ethereal on other pale people's cheeks. I just love this thing. It is a frost blush, and I just absolutely freaking love it. And then I have Becca Mineral Blush in Gypsy. So this is a cool tone pink, but this is really interesting because it's a cool tone pink and it has a gold sheen to it, and it just looks so stinking pretty on the cheeks. I have this on today, I think I have this on and something else. Oh, I have this, and I also have the Kardashian Beauty Blush. So I have so much blush, I usually double them up. But yeah, this is just really pretty, and it just makes you look glowy and pretty and so nice. So I highly recommend this. And then we have the NYX blush in Angel. This is a very, very pale peach color, and it looks so pretty and so natural on the cheeks. So I really, really like this. It's matte. It's just really pretty. I'll really relax it. I think it looks so natural. And then this is this thing is like falling apart, but it smells so good. It's the Physicians Formula, where's the thing? Physicians Formula Sexy Booster Sexy Glow Blush in Rose. So this smells like vanilla. It's so nice. And it's like a glowy peachy shade, and it just looks really, really pretty on the skin. So I love this thing. And it's quite pigmented too. And what else do I have? Oh, I have one more blush. So this is an e.l.f. blush. This is in Fuchsia Fusion. I feel like some people might not like this because it's kind of intense and it has so much glitter. So very much glitter. These are like $3. The texture of this isn't the nicest. It's a little bit like hard and gritty, and it's a little powdery, but it's a really nice blush. Like, it's quite pigmented, and I like the sparkle of it. It's just a nice cool toned pinky shade, but more of like a medium cool tone pinky shade. So I love that. And then what else do I love? Now on to highlighters. So these are like highlighters that you put on your cheekbones, down the bridge of your nose, and your Cupid's bow. And I have, of course, quite a few to show you guys. So I'll talk about this one first because this is the only liquid illuminator that I have to show you guys. This is the NYX liquid illuminator. This is in Sunbeam. It's just a really nice pearly pink shade. It just looks really nice and like pearly and pretty on the cheeks. And this is an absolute positive dupe for Benefit's High Beam. So if you want that, I would just pick up this because I actually like this better than Benefit's High Beam. So this is just bomb. And then I have quite a few powder highlights to show you guys. Oh my god, I have so many. Okay, so alright, so the first one is still in the packaging, so I still need to haul this. But this is the Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder, and this is in Mermaid Fantasy. This is like a white highlighter, but it has a green reflect to it, which I think a lot of people will be like, that sounds really hideous and like not a very nice highlight shade. But this is a really nice highlight shade. Like, it's so unique and so pretty, and I really, really like it. And then I have this one. This is actually kind of similar. So this is MAC's Vanilla Pigment, and this, I'm gonna have this till the day I freaking die. This has too much product in it. I feel like I'm gonna have this one too, but I feel like this has more product in it. But yeah, so this is vanilla, and it's just a really nice like white highlight shade that has like a reddish yellow reflect to it, which is just really, really pretty. And then we have the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo in the shade 1. At the moment, this is my absolute favorite highlighter. I love this thing. It's just so like reflective and pearly and like pinky, but kind of like with a duochrome to it. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful, and I think it works so well for pale skin. This bronzer, ignore this. Like, this looks stupid on pale skin. I really wish that they would just come out with these in a single, like just these highlighters, because why not? Like, they have bronzers and they're single, and they're basically these bronzers, and what I've seen and what I've swatched in Sephora, like they're the same freaking thing, except for those colors in the single bronzers look more flattering, like a more flattering brown shade than these orange ass bronzers, which I think would work okay if you're medium complected, but this looks stupid on me. So yeah, just ignore that. This is my favorite highlighter ever at the moment. It's just so nice, and I don't really like, I'm not too peeved about this being here, like, because I never use up highlighters ever, but I love this. I have a whole review on this. If you guys want to see it, I'll link it down below. It's just a really pretty highlighter for pale skin. I loves it. And then, okay, so I have this one, which is kind of similar to the Makeup Forever one. This is the MUA Undress Your Skin highlight. This is a very pinky, like, kind of duochrome-y highlighter. It's not as pigmented as the Makeup Forever one, but it's really, really nice, and I think it works super, super well for pale skin. I have this one. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone. This is a, like, yellowy, very light highlight. It's like gold. It's very smooth, very pigmented, and very reflective and really pretty. And then we have these two. So these are kind of similar. This is very new. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi, and this is in Ice, I believe. So this one, these are similar, but this one is more of a cool tone, kind of very light blue pearly highlight, and it's also white. And then this one is more of a warmer but still white highlight. They're both nice. They're not my favorites, but they're nice for pale skin. I'm getting tired of talking. I still have a bunch of stuff. Okay, hold on. Let's do lip products next. Shall we? We shall. Okay, so hold on. I got one more. Alright. I'm getting all tired from talking. Whew. Okay, so nude lipsticks. I have quite a few. This is the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick, and this is in Celebrity Skin. I think this looks so pretty on pale skin and like lots of different skin tones, but I think this looks really nice on my skin tone. And then I have, this is the Kat Von D studded lipstick in Agatha. This is a very, very light nude color, and I just really, really like it with a really nice like kind of darker lip liner. Looks so nice together. And then we have ColourPop's Button, and this just brightens up my face. Like I love, 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 love this nude lipstick. It just looks so nice, like I think on my skin tone, and I think on other pale girls this would be a really nice nude lipstick. It just really brightens up the face. And then we have, okay, so I have 3 like medium tone nudes. I really, really, really like medium tone darker nudes at the moment. So yeah, I have 3 of these, and then another one I have, but it's over there, so I'm not gonna get it because I'm being kind of lazy, is Kat Von D's Lolita. That looks really nice, I think, on pale skin, and really any skin tone. Like that thing just looks really nice. That thing's just a really nice color. But this right here is Colored Rain, and this is in Mars, and I think it's quite similar to Lolita. Just a really nice medium toned nude shade. It comes off like kind of rusty looking on my skin tone. And these two are total dupes for one another. So this is Lime Crime's Riot, and it's just like a very kind of warmish toned, smells so good. It's just a very like warmish nude shade, and it's like medium toned, and it's really pretty. And then this is Latte Confessions by LA Splash, and this is pretty much the same exact color. So they're both really nice. If you guys don't want to purchase Lime Crime, then purchase this one because it's really good too. Oh no, I love my reds. The cool thing about having pale skin is I feel like if you put a intense shade on your mouth, it's going to look good because of the contrast. That's what I've come to learn about like wearing darker shades and like, you know, reds and like hot pinks and like purples, is if you have light skin, it's probably going to look nice because of the intense contrast of the color against your skin tone. So yeah, if you guys have pale skin, you know, try whatever color, because even if you think it looks weird, it probably looks good. Because I feel like most colors, like if I put a weird color on my mouth like the first time, I'm gonna be like, this looks stupid. But you know, once you wear it a little bit more, you're gonna be like, oh, that looks nice. And I just found that with pale skin, lots of colors look nice because of the high contrast level. So I have 2 reds here. I love reds. This first one is LA Splash's Poison Apple. It's just a really, really nice like kind of berry red shade. It's really, really pretty. And then I have Ruby Woo, which is still in the packaging because I need to do a haul video because I just got this, and Ruby Woo is just my shit, you guys. I love Ruby Woo. So yeah, this thing is so good. I think it looks pretty on like everybody. Like everybody look good in Ruby Woo. Even if you think you don't look good, you look good in Ruby Woo, okay? It's so good. It's just the best lipstick ever. It's my favorite lipstick. What else do we have? So we only have 2 more categories left, you guys. Okay, so they're all pretty much eyeshadow. Okay, so for like cream eyeshadows, I have 3 things. First one is Urban Decay's Primer Potion in Sin. This is just a really nice champagne shade. Champagnes, if you guys have pale skin, champagne lid colors look so good. Like they really, really do. At least I think. And like pinky toned champagnes, so good. Looks so good, okay? So I love this because it's a pinky toned champagne. It's just a really nice primer too. This is the Milani Shadow Eyes in Champagne Toast. This is pretty much the same exact color as that Sin Urban Decay Primer Potion. So it's a really nice pinky champagne shade. And then we have this, which is the e.l.f. Smudge Pot in Ink That's Sweet. This is lighter, but it's still like pinky toned, kind of champagne-y, and it's really nice and has a really nice texture, and I really likes it. So I think that looks really nice on pale skin. I feel like I'm just listing products, not really giving you guys a review. I'm sorry. This video is going to be long and I know it. So I'm trying to go kind of fast. This next product is also a cream shadow, but I forgot to grab it. This is ColourPop's Tassel. This is a very light... Oh my god. It fell out. No. Go back in the thing. Sucks. But this is ColourPop's Tassel, and it's just a really pretty like inner corner highlight because it's white and sparkly, and I think white sparkly inner corner highlights look intense, but they look really nice on pale skin. So there's that. I really like that shadow, and it's all screwed up. Now on to eyeshadows. So, okay. So now onto eyeshadows, going along with the pinky champagne thing that I was talking about. What I want to show you guys is not an eyeshadow, but it is a glitter, and it is in Champagne Kisses, and it is the prettiest thing on the planet, okay? It is so freaking like crazy gorgeous. I love glitter. It's annoying as fuck, okay, to put on your eyes, but it is so pretty once you get it on there. So Champagne Kisses is just a really pretty lid shade, and it's champagne colored, and it's so pretty. This is Violet Voss, by the way. It's Violet Voss glitter in Champagne Kisses. And then we have 4 of these champagne colored eyeshadows. So the first one I want to show you guys is this. This is NYX's Prismatic Shadow in Girl Talk. And this is just a very, very pretty, like, it has like a duochrome quality to it where it's like, it's pink and champagne, but like has a nice pink reflect to it. It's really pretty, but it's a pinky champagne, looks bomb on pale skin, on the lids. I love that thing. And then we have this. This is Steel's Kitten. This is like my favorite eyeshadow. It's so metallic, so pretty. It's just so pretty. It's really soft and creamy, and just a really nice pinky champagne shade. And then we have, oh wait, this is not in the pinky champagne category. This is Milani's Bella Champagne. This is an inexpensive pinky champagne, so is the next one. But yeah, this is really pretty. Kind of like, it's a little bit deeper than the next one and the Steel one, but it's just still really pretty on the lids. And those are just really nice eyeshadows. The last shadow I have to show you guys is Urban Decay's Polyester Bride. This is a white shadow, and it has a lot of sparkle to it. So I feel like this one right here, the ColourPop one in Tassel, is like the cream version of this eyeshadow. So if you guys don't want to spend like $18, or if you can't find this in a palette, I think that this is in quite a few palettes though, then I would pick up ColourPop because it's like basically the cream version of this shadow. Just a very nice white sparkly color, and it looks really nice on the inner corner. So I love that. And then, oh, I forgot this one. This is also a pinky champagne shade. This is the NYX Roll and Shimmer in Salmon. So stinking pretty. So stinking pretty, and like sparkly and gorgeous and inexpensive. The last things that I want to show you guys are these 2 palettes. This palette I don't necessarily like recommend. It's a really pretty palette, but I mainly recommend, if you guys have pale skin, get a matte white highlight and put it underneath your brow bone, because that looks so nice. It's so brightening. And I feel like with like shades like this pink one, or like these 2, which are more like, you know, like they could be highlights on someone with a darker skin tone, like a medium skin tone, or like, I don't know, a dark skin tone. But on me, these kind of are just the same color as my skin. But if you get a white highlight, it looks so good on the brow bone if you have pale skin. So I love that. And this palette's just quite nice too. It's a nice palette. I think it's still on sale on Sephora.com, so yeah. It's a nice palette. This is a 4 gram palette, by the way, and once I like run out of that white shade, I am so gonna go to Sephora and just swatch a bunch of matte whites, get the most pigmented one, because I just love that freaking eyeshadow like so much. Like, I would pay $19 for that single eyeshadow in like a full pan form, because it's just so good. Last but not least, this is the Naked 3 palette. If you guys are pale, I think that if you guys are gonna invest in one of the Naked palettes, I mean, the other ones are really pretty too, but this is just all like pinky toned shades, and I think that pinky toned eyeshadows look really nice on pale skin, and there's just quite a few like kind of pinky champagne like rose gold shades, and I just think that those look so pretty on light complexions. So yeah, I love this palette. Strange is a really pretty lid color if you're doing like a matte eye look. Dust sucks ass on like every single skin tone. I hate this eyeshadow. Burnout is really pretty lid color. Limit is a really pretty crease color. Buzz is a really pretty lid color. So is Trick. Newness, really pretty crease color. Liar is pretty like in the outer V. So is Factory. These are just all really nice, and I use like all of them. So I love this palette, and I think that is everything that I want to tell you guys about. So these are just products that I think work really well for me. Some of them are like my holy grail products. Of course there's other, you know, products that I think work really good for pale skin, but these are just some of my favorites that I think look really nice on my complexion, and I think they would look really nice on other people's complexions. So I think that's everything I wanted to say. If you guys have pale skin or whatever skin type and you try these products, let me know what you think. And if you have pale skin and you really like a product, like you think it looks so good on your skin tone and I didn't mention it, then let me know and I'll probably pick it up. If you guys like this video, subscribe. It makes me so happy, and I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. Bye!